Hey trainers, what's up and welcome back to the lab. My name is Professor Howie, as always, and I hope you are all having a great day. Today, we are looking at a Mew VMAX deck, but not just any Mew VMAX deck, a Mew VMAX deck that shuts down the other meta decks. It's quite fun, it's my new favorite way to play Mew, and I hope you are all excited, so let's go ahead and check it out. Okay trainers, here we have the Mew VMAX deck that I am currently loving. It's really fun. It's quite silly. So I'm a hater of the Fusion Strike Energy Mew. I hate that. I hate Meloetta. I don't like using it. I like using Double Turbo Energy Mew. So in my spare time, I like to think of new ways to do Double Turbo Energy Mew. Someone in my Twitch chat came in and suggested Aerodactyl VSTAR. And then I Googled it, and the decks already existed that I've already placed in tournaments. So that's what we're using today. We're using this, 5th place deck that is actually quite good. The only problem I had with it was I thought that Aerodactyl VSTAR's star power shut off all abilities, but only shuts off Pokemon V abilities. So just keep that in mind, and let's go ahead and really break this thing down. So your main attacker is, of course, Mew VMAX at 310 HP. This is one monster of a kitty. 2 colorless energies for cross Fusion Strike. You may choose any one of your benched Fusion Strike Pokemon and use their attacks as Mew's own. This is why you bring Double Turbo Energy. You can use any attack on your bench besides Aerodactyls, basically. Super strong. And then Max Miracle for 2 Psychics, 130 damage, and it isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon, meaning Miltanks are not a problem for you. Free retreat costs. The only thing you need to worry about are people bringing Drapion in their deck, because double weakness to Dark, which Drapion is, and Drapion has that ability Wild Style that allows him to have basically a free attack if you have 4 or more Fusion Strike energy cards in play, which with this deck you most likely will. So you just have to keep that in mind and get those abilities shut off before their Drapion can come out and wreck you. Now he evolves from Mew, 180 HP, a little bit frail, but for 1 Psychic Energy, you get Energy Mix, you search your deck for an energy card and attach it to one of your Fusion Strike Pokemon. Great. And then for 1 Psychic and 1 Colorless, you get Psychic Leap for 70, which you may shuffle this Pokemon and all attach cards into your deck. That's really good if you have a Mew on your bench, because your Mew VMAX, if it has like 280 damage on it, 30 damage remaining, you can just Psychic Leap it back into your deck. Your energy goes back to the deck, and the Mew VMAX go back into the deck, keeping them completely safe and taking away a chance at 3 prizes for your opponent. And if this Mew is already on your bench with a Double Turbo, you can bring in a Genesect and then switch it out for this Mew next turn, evolve it into Mew VMAX, and keep swinging. Now we're bringing Genesect V along. Of course, I've been saying his name a lot. He's here for 2 reasons. 1, his ability, Fusion Strike System. For as many Fusion Strike Pokemon you have in play, you may draw that many cards, or until you have that many cards in your hand. It's not just 1 per turn. If you have 3 Genesects out, you can do it 3 different times. It's super strong. And the second reason why we're bringing him is Technoblast. It is 2 steel, 1 colorless, so you're never going to be using this outside of Mew Fusion Strike using it, but 210 damage with the Double Turbo, you're only hitting 190 with this, but that's enough to knock out Luminions, Crobat Vs, and with a Choice Spell, that's enough to knock out any V Pokemon. Not V-Star, V. So honestly, it's a solid card. It's very good. The only problem is during your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. Luckily, Mew has free retreat cost, so if you have 2 Mew VMAXs in play, you can just keep ping-ponging them out back and forth, similar to how you use Zacian with Air Balloon. Very similar to that. Now, Oricorio is the last Fusion Strike Pokemon we're bringing. It has 90 HP, and the main reason we're bringing it is Lesson in Zeal. So all your Fusion Strike Pokemon take 20 less damage from attacks. That's great. So Mews are being a little bit healthier. It really makes a difference. Instead of a lot of it. So take Arceus V-Star, for example. With Double Turbo Energy, it hits for 180 damage. If he hits Genesect with that, that gets a little bit scary. But if your Genesect takes 20 less damage, instead of only being 10 damage away from death, he is 30 damage away from death, meaning he can't get knocked out by a sharpshooting Inteleon or a Zigzagoon Headbutt or something like that. So That's kind of what it's for. It's super good. And you can also use this attack, Glistening Droplets, with Mew. Put 5 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. If your opponent has a really weak Pokemon and they try to run away onto the bench, you can go ahead and chase them down with Glistening Droplets. And then we got Aerodactyl V-STAR. Now this is a funny card. So it's 260 HP, kind of weaker on the V-STAR side of things, and you're using him for only one reason, Ancient Star. It is 1 colorless energy, so you will be attaching a double turbo energy to the Aerodactyl, but keep in mind that you can then use that double turbo energy to retreat the Aerodactyl for a Mew. So until this Pokemon leaves play, it gains an ability that has the effect: your opponent's V Pokemon in play, except Aerodactyl V-STAR, have no abilities. So what does that mean? What I thought this meant was you put this in play and you use it, and when it goes back to your bench, the V-STAR power is off. That's how I thought it worked. No, that's not how it works. You put it in play, you use it, and if he doesn't go down the next turn, you retreat him back to your bench, and that's V-STAR power stays in play. It is super funny. It shuts down Mew VMAX decks. It shuts down Lugia decks. It shuts down a lot of decks. But you really want to go first with this deck. You want to go first. You want to get your Aerodactyl down. You want to get your Mew down at the very least, so that way you have an option to bring out Aerodactyl or Mew next turn, depending if their deck relies on Pokemon V powers, abilities, things like that. When this deck works, it's super frustrating. You can really lock down an opponent and they just can't do anything. Super funny. And then, of course, it evolves from Aerodactyl V. I'm not really going to go over this card in this deck breakdown because you're using it to evolve into Aerodactyl V-STAR to use Ancient Star. That's its purpose in this deck, basically. So those are the Pokemon of the deck. It's really fun and it's silly. Though keep in mind, decks that don't take full advantage of V Pokemon abilities, you can still play it like a normal double turbo energy Mew control deck. It's honestly, that was originally my favorite way to play Mew, but I really like adding this Aerodactyl V-STAR because, so let me explain it this way. I was thinking about bringing along a Drapion to counter the Mew VMAX mirror match, right? But I realized something. This Aerodactyl card also just shuts down Mew VMAX decks because it shuts off all the Genesects. So why would I bring 1 or 2 Drapions along when I could have brought an Aerodactyl V and Aerodactyl V-STAR along and then also counter Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX decks? I could also counter Mew VMAX, like I said. I could counter Lugia decks. It's just honestly really effective, although it feels a little bit clunky trying to get that Aerodactyl into play. Just keep that in mind when you're playing it. Let's go over the trainers to really show how this deck works its way out. Battle VIP Pass. If you get 2 of these cards in your opening hand, you are basically set for the rest of the game. What else is there else to say? You search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon and put them on your bench. That's what it's for. And then when it's no longer your first turn, because you can only use it on your first turn, it becomes Cramorant fodder. It becomes Quick Ball, Ultra Ball fodder. Honestly, I like this card a lot. Cramomatic is a great card. So this is what I meant by saying Cramorant fodder. You can use this card to discard an item card from your hand. Flip a coin. If heads, you can choose any card from your deck, put it into your hand. That's a really good ability. You can get out your Ultra Balls, Quick Balls to thin your hand out a little bit more to use more Genesects. You can get out your Battle VIP passes. You can get out your Double Turbo Energies. It's honestly just a really effective card. Also, it's a good way to get rid of your Battle VIP passes after your first turn. Now, Escape Rope is here because it lets us escape with Rope. Wow, I know, right? If your Genesect gets pulled out, if a Pokemon with retreat cost gets pulled out, you don't want to waste double turbo energies retreating in this deck unless it's for Aerodactyl. That's what Escape Rope's for. It's to help you out of a tricky situation without wasting energy. Now, Lost Vacuum is here because a lot of people play Path to the Peak. And Path to the Peak shuts this deck down. So Lost Vacuum steps in and vacuums up the path. It also helps thin out your hand a little bit. Now, Palpad. I love this card, and I'm so sad it is rotating out. So sad. You shuffle 2 supporter cards from your discard back into your deck. I really like this card with Silene. I really hope they reprint it. This card will be missed in the rotation. Now, Power Tablet's great because it lets you boost your attack for 1 turn by 30 for each Power Tablet you play. So you can hit those numbers you normally wouldn't be able to hit. If you're hitting 190, 220 with Choice Belt, right? You need 2 Power Tablets to be able to knock out any V-Star with the Choice Belt. That's what it's here for. You can also use it for your Cram-O-Matics. You can quick ball it away. I don't care what you do with it, but it's here if you need a little bit extra damage or you need that Cram-O-Matic to hit desperately. A Quick Ball. We know Quick Ball is. This card will also be missed. Start getting used to Nest Balls, everyone. You discard a card from your hand, and then you search your deck for a basic and put it into your hand. Good way to get cards out of your hand, because you don't need to take a card if you Quick Ball. You can just discard a card, basically, and then not take a card. It's just solid, and I will miss this little funny blue and yellow ball. Now we got Rotom Phone. You look at the top 5 cards of your deck, you choose one of them, you put it at the top, you shuffle all the cards underneath it. So then you can Genesect and get that card that you put up there. Hopefully it's something that you actually needed. It's funny little guy. He is also an item, meaning you can use Cram-O-Matic with him, and he's just a funny little guy. Now, of course, we have Switch. Switch allows us to switch our active with one of our benched Pokemon. We like Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball is great. It's similar to a Quick Ball, where you discard 2 cards this time instead of 1, and then you may take any Pokemon from your deck and put it into your hand. So your evolutions or your basics, doesn't matter. Another good thing about this card is it thins your hand, so you can Genesect for more cards. A Lost Cities dice, because you can really screw over some decks with this card. So this card, whenever Pokemon's knocked out, instead of going into the discard pile, that Pokemon is sent to the Lost Zone. All cards are discarded except for the Pokemon cards. They go into the Lost Zone. So like against Regis, this could really screw over a Regi player. If they get 2 of the same Regi basically into the Lost Zone, like 2 Regi Ices, 2 Registeels, 2 Regirocks, game's over for them at that point. They can't power up. Well, they can, but it'll take them like, what, 3 to 4 turns to power up? Unlucky. And Path to the Peaks in play, because when you're set up and you don't need your abilities anymore, you can kind of just throw it into play and watch your opponent squirm. Also shuts down Drapions Wild Style ability, really important. Shuts off Lugia V-Star's ability. So you could put Path in play, and then you could, if you're going second against Lugia, and then they won't be able to use their ability, and then you could vacuum up the Path, and then bring out Aerodactyl, then use that ability, and still have access to all your abilities so they can't power up. Things like that. It just really helps you control the pace of the game. Boss's Order is, of course, here because it allows us to pull out the Pokemon that we want to knock out. Now, Silene is really fun, especially with Palpad. You flip 2 coins, and you put a number of cards on top of your deck in any order you want. It's quite nice from your discard. It's quite nice. What's really funny is if you Silene and you flip heads, and then you get something you want, and then you and then you play Palpad and you shuffle Silene back into your deck, and then you get Silene again, and you play it, and you flip heads at least once, and you get the Palpad back, and you can just keep recycling it over and over, basically preventing a deck out. It's really funny. I've had it happen to me before, and I've never forgotten about it. It's funny. It's good. A Judge is in this deck because, well, yeah, you can take Marnie instead, but Marnie is rotating, right? So I replaced all the Marnies with Judge. Now, Judge is very similar, but instead of the cards being shuffled and going to the bottom of the deck, you just shuffle your hand back into your deck and draw 4. It's not draw 5, draw 4. Everyone shuffles their hand into their deck and they draw 4. That's it. I'm just trying to get used to this card over Marnie, so there's that. And Roxanne. Roxanne is the new Marnie. It's like an Ultra Marnie. So basically, if your opponent has 3 or fewer prizes remaining, you can play it, and then you shuffle your hands into your decks, and they draw 2 cards while you draw 6. Yeah, it's like that. It's pretty funny. This is a great comeback card. I've also noticed that sometimes they just top deck the 2 cards they might need. It's not bad. A big Parasol is here to prevent effects from Pokemon attacks, meaning Sableye Lost Mine cannot put any damage counters down, things like that. It's pretty good. It's good to have at least one. I like it a lot. And of course we're bringing Choice Belt. It adds 30 damage against Pokemon V. A great card. Phenomenal. And I wonder what the new one's going to be for the EX Pokemon. And of course, you know I'm bringing Forest Seal Stone in this deck. Now, if you start with Forest Seal Stone, you can just immediately off the rip, you Star Alchemy, grab out a Battle VIP pass, but keep in mind you only get 1 V-Star power per game, so you have to decide if you want to use Forest Sealstone or if you want to use Aerodactyl. So if you know that your opponent is using a deck that doesn't use a lot of abilities, maybe you use Forest Sealstone. If you know you're against the Lugia, maybe you don't. And then we're bringing double turbo energies. Those are the only energies we're bringing. 4 double turbo energies. That's it. So that's the deck. It's fun. It's silly. It's good. And let's go ahead and check it out in a few matches. Come on, let's go. This episode of ayyHowie's Breakdowns was filmed in front of a live studio audience. If you would like to be a part of that audience, please visit twitch.tv/ayyHowie on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. PST till about 4 p.m. PST. A better lead. Let's go ahead and quick ball a Lost City first. For a Genesect, I just wanted to get at least 1 Genesect out right now. That's cool. We can go ahead and cram the Lost Vacuum. Please be heads. All right, it's tails. That's fine. We can go ahead and quick ball the Lost City for the second Genesect in the deck. Yeah, that sounds great to me. Play that. Let's go ahead and Rotom Phone. Let's grab the Mew, put the Mew on top. Let's go ahead and play the DTE so we can draw 2 cards right here. We'll draw 2. We'll get the 2 I wanted. Mew, Aerodactyl. Go ahead and Fusion Strike one more time for 3. Double Quick Ball into a Judge. Let's Quick Ball the Quick Ball real quick. Into the Oricorio. Pop the Oricorio down. Let's go ahead and retreat Mew for Mew. Energy stays safe. We have the Judge for next turn. We're in a really good spot. This is great. So he can't really do much next turn, right? He has the Fusion Strike system. He's got Battle VIP. I believe this is the Meloetta deck. That's my guess. But I think this is the Battle VIP, not Battle VIP, the Battle Pass deck is what I'm trying to say. 1 energy comes out on the Mew. Unless a Sparkle comes out, so that's the second energy on the Mew. Then what, 1 on the Genesect? Yep. Okay. So far, not a problem, I don't think. Because he's stuck out with his Genesect right now. He can't even use Fusion Strike system at the moment. He gets to use a switch, that's cool. Good for you. And then what, Energy Mix? Or Psychic Leap? Now, there's actually 2 options I can do next turn. If this is how the board state stays, there's 2 things I could do. I can either switch into Aerodactyl, or I can switch into Mew. Assuming I get a Mew VMAX here. So we do get the Aerodactyl V-Star. And we do get an Ultra Ball. Meaning we get Mew VMAX. Which we can evolve here. We can go ahead and use Fusion Strike system. I think I want to take Knockout on the Mew. I'm going to be completely honest. Is there anything else I want to evolve? Not particularly. Let's go ahead and cram one of the Ultra Balls. Tails, that's fair. Let's Ultra Ball these 2. Grab out our second Mew VMAX. Perfect. And let's draw 5 more cards. So there's the other DTE. I think I want to take Knockout on this, though. Because right now, he's not a threat. So let's go ahead and retreat the Mew VMAX for you. And go ahead and hit the Cross Fusion Strike for 190 damage on the Techno Blast. Love it. And we'll go ahead and take... And GG, well played. My guess is this is Flying Pikachu VMAX. So, I think getting the Aerodactyl set up is a waste of energy. Path to the Peak comes into play. We have Lost City. It doesn't really matter. Oricorio. Love it. Let's go ahead and play the Lost City. Let's go ahead and Rotom Phone. do I want on top? The Judge. Ooh, the DTE. No, the Judge. Can't attack this turn anyway, right? Let's go ahead and escape rope. I should have retreated, but whatever. Let's go ahead and escape rope again. Why not? Doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and draw 2. One of them will be the Judge, and another Genesect. You love it. Let's go ahead and Judge. So if this is Flying Pikachu VMAX, I do think that pulling out the Aerodactyl is just kind of a waste. Let's go ahead and quick ball the Silene real quick. Grab another Genesect. Pop that guy down. Let's go ahead and draw, what, 3 cards is that? Perfect. We got the double turbo. We have a switch in hand, so we can go ahead and retreat into the Genesect. We have the Ultra Ball. We have a Cram-O-Matic. We're in a really good place right now. And we get the Forest Seal Stone as well, which I'm just going to sit on. And I think we're just done. That was a really good turn for us. So we have the Ultra Ball. We can Ultra Ball the Cram and the Aerodactyl next turn if we want. It really depends on what else they put on the bench. It is Flying Pikachu. So if he evolves here, yeah, I don't think that the Aerodactyl is the play. I'm really happy with my choices with life. Ultra Ball, sure. Arceus V-Star charges up the Pikachu. We take knockout on Arceus V-Star next turn somehow, right? How do we do that? How are we gonna do that? Choice Belt will get us to 220. And then 2. Only 2. We only need 2 power tablets. And that'll get us to what we need. 280. And then if he evolves us into Flying Pikachu VMAX next turn, we can just take knockout on that. 160 isn't very scary for us. And we're fine. So he definitely uses Trinity Nova here, not knocking us out yet. Barely missing it by 10. Oh, he's going to Starbirth first. What he could do, what a really good play would be, is if he had a Zigzagoon to pull that out, do the 10 damage and the 180. That'd be cool. I don't think he will do it, but that would be cool. So yeah, the Aerodactyl is kind of a wasted card in this deck right now in this matchup, but it's going to be useful as fodder for our Ultra Ball. So great. I just realized I don't have enough room on the bench to set up another Mew. Oh wait, no, yeah, we do. We got a spot right here. What am I saying? There's the Crobat coming out. Sure. Draws 4 more cards. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Puts a Path into play. That's fine. I'm really not all that perturbed by that. Trinity Nova. 160. All right, because the Oricorio. Cool, cool, cool. Always forget that this card exists. Now, I mean, one thing I could do... What the heck? Okay. That's a smart way to do it, actually. Alright, Lost City back into play. Ultra Ball, the Cram, and the Aerodactyl. Let's go ahead and get out Mew VMAX, of course. Star of the show. Pop him out. Go ahead and switch in the Mew. We'll now just start drawing a bunch of cards. Power Tablet. There's one of the Power Tablets we need. Another Mew there. 1 Power Tablet. We could also use that to get another Power Tablet. Ultra Ball. Both of these away. I don't really care. I suppose we could Judge. Yeah. Judge, why not? Looking for 1 more Power Tablet. Didn't quite get it there, but we can go ahead and cram the Quick. We do get heads this time, so I will get the Power Tablet here. Very nice. Nice. DTE here. Power Tablet here. I don't have Choice Belt yet, do I? That's the one thing I'm missing. Or I could just do 3 power tablets. 190, 220, 250. I'd rather save this other power tablet, I think. I think I'd rather do that and start alchemy out the choice belt right here. Right? That makes a lot of sense. Choice belt comes out, and then honestly, we just cross Fusion Strike for knockout with Technoblast. Easy knockout. We only have 1 power tablet left a little bit, which is unfortunate, just slightly unfortunate. But we have a bosses, so all we need to do is boss out something that doesn't evolve next turn. And then I think we're just set. Because we hit, what, 190 with Techno? We can pull out this Pikachu here. How many bosses are in here? Any? None. Nice. And we can also get the Crobat too. It's honestly not too hard to deal with at this point. What would be annoying? Actually, that wouldn't be annoying either. What would be annoying is if he took out this Mew. That would be really annoying. Oricorio VSTAR, another path comes into play, but we have Lost Vacuum. We're just in a really strong position right now. If he doesn't retreat this, I'm just going to knock it out. Another Arceus comes out, sure. Marnie, great. I do lose the Lost Vacuum, unfortunately, goes to the bottom of the deck, but, you know, I'm still in a good spot. Less of a good spot. Evolves the benched Pikachu, sure. Retreats for the Arceus. DTE, great. Trinity Nova, cool. Great, love it. Now, I have some options. I would really love to pull out this Pikachu. Take knockout on it, and then pull out this Crobat and take knockout on it. Problem is, I don't really know what's in my deck. You know? Quick Ball. Alright, so we're going to cram the Quick. That's really big. Let's see how many bosses are in the deck real quick. 1 boss is in the deck. That's not great. Let's grab out the Lost Vacuum. We'll worry about that in a little bit. Let's Rotom Phone. Let's Lost Vacuum the Mew for the path. Let's go ahead and Fusion Strike. Let's cram the Battle VIP away. Nice, we get it. Wow. I didn't expect to get it right there. For what, Ultra Ball? Yeah, let's grab out Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball, the Double Turbo, and the Aerodactyl. Mew VMAX. Let's go ahead and play it there. Let's go ahead and retreat for you. We'll go ahead and boss out this Flying Pikachu. We will go ahead and Fusion Strike System again. Big Parasol. Let's drop that there. Let's draw 1 more card. Battle VIP Pass. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and take Knockout here, and I'm going to hope beyond hope that I draw into a boss's order right here. Because if I do, we win the game. And if I don't, this game's going to go on for a little bit longer. We don't draw into it. But we have 2 power tablets, which means we have Knockout on his Arceus V-Star, which he's about to put out. He actually put out the Flying Pikachu. Wow. I didn't see that coming. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I didn't see him pulling that one out. He doesn't have Knockout here, though. He's switching? No, he's not. He's Quick Balling. For another Arceus. Path comes back into play, sure. Really likes putting that path into play for me, doesn't he? The problem, though, if I retreat this, he could easily just retreat for the Arceus with the Flying Pikachu, right? That's the issue I'm coming across right now. And I don't have Silene. Do I have Palpad? If Palpad's available in the deck, let's check here real quick. If Palpad is here, we're okay. Because I can do some shenanigans, right? I mean, Ultra Ball, the Battle VIP, and the Mew probably. Play the Power Tablet. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is tough. He's gonna boss? Out the Genesect. I don't agree with that plan. You just made my life like 20 times easier, brother. I do not agree with that. I'm sorry. Thank you for sparing my 160 HP Mew, because you would have had knockout on that and taken 3 prizes, got rid of one of my attackers for a Genesect. Well, I have a thing to do with the double turbo now if he doesn't attack. If he decides not to swing, I can double turbo on the Genesect to a retreat. Oh, he's retreating? So you're saying there's a chance. He takes knockout here. We're doing 220 right now, 250 with Power Tablet. If I can somehow get my last Power Tablet into my hot little hand, we will have knockout. Let's go ahead and put that guy down. Getting a little nervous here. Lost Vac. Let's go ahead and Lost Vacuum the battle. I had this card whenever I need it in this match. This is hilarious. Poor guy. All right, we get the Lost Vacuum taken care of. Let's Ultra Ball the Mew and the Roxanne. Let's look at all my cards. It's in there. Winnable. Okay, this is winnable. Play the DTE. Play the Power Tablet. Play the Genesect. Draw the rest of my deck. Play the Power Tablet. And we take knockout. GG's. Well played. Techno Blast. Oh my gosh. Feels good. Got a little bit scary at the end there, but then one little misplay is all it takes. One little misplay. GG, man. Well played. The Palpad and the bosses are right next to each other. We should have a good matchup against this. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab double Genesect. Go ahead and grab Genesect Mew. Go ahead and Quick Ball the Power Tablet for Aerodactyl. I'm going to cram the cram. We're going to hold on to this escape rope for the future. We get it. Wow. Let's grab out a double turbo. One of them is prized. We're going to put it on the Aerodactyl here. We're then going to go ahead and draw a bunch of cards. Big Parasol. Nice. Ultra Ball. Nice. I love how this is lining up right now. Cram-O-Matic. The Quick Ball. Maybe we get another heads. Our luck had to run out eventually, right? But that lowers us down to be able to use another Fusion Strike. Boss Roxanne. All right, let's end our turn. So next turn, we got Ultra Ball. We Ultra Ball the Roxanne, the bosses. For Aerodactyl VSTAR. Bring it out. We use the ability. That shuts off his Arceus's Starbirth. That shuts off his Hard Coat. That shuts off Duraladon VMAX's ability, which means we can attack it. As long as the Aerodactyl stays alive, nothing can hurt us. So, big Parasol coming out there. We're going to go ahead and escape rope in the Aerodactyl probably. Trinity Charge, though, is a little bit scary. But not too scary, I don't think. It might be. It could be. I don't think so. Let's see what happens. Draw into another Ultra Ball. Let's go ahead and Ultra Ball Roxanne Bosses. Get rid of those two bad boys. Aerodactyl, please. Drop it. Yes, can I help you? Escape Rope for the Aerodactyl. Easy. We'll go ahead and we'll draw a bunch of cards here. Double Turbo on the Mew in the back. We could Ultra Ball the Lost City and the Judge. Let's do that. Let's do that and grab out the Mew VMAX. Yes, 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 yes. Love, 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 love. Play that down. Let's go ahead and Fusion Strike again. Draw a couple more cards. Another Double Turbo Energy, which is quite perfect for us. And let's Ultra Ball the Quick Ball in the Rotom Phone. Or another Mew VMAX. Go ahead and play that sucker down. And then let's just go ahead and hit the Ancient Star. Now, Ancient Star, this will turn off all of their abilities. So, VSTAR, gone. Hardcoat, gone. We are very happy. As long as this Aerodactyl stays alive, everything is okay. That's asking a lot, I know. But he gets free retreat, basically. We just retreat him for the 2 costs. Play the Double Turbo on the Mew. Those are all of our Double Turbos that aren't prized. We have to keep that in mind. And then we start swinging. If we get a Choice Belt next turn, we have Knockout as well. Escape Rope. Let's put out this one. It's fine. Ultra Ball, probably looking for, what, is it Duraladon or is it going to be an Arceus? Sort of a DTE and a Quick Ball for an Arceus V-Star. I don't think he realizes he doesn't have access to Starbirth. Yeah, I don't think that clicked. So even if Aerodactyl's on your bench, you still get the use of Ancient Star because it's in play, technically, right? So you need to knock this out to turn off that star power. V-Star power, excuse me. Anyway, let's go ahead and drop that bad boy down. I'm going to go ahead and Lost Vacuum this switch real quick, just to get rid of this big Parasol. Make that boy as naked as possible. Let's go ahead and Fusion Strike. We do not want to play any Judges right now. For a Seal Stone is actually quite perfect. So we'll put that down. I wanted Choice Belt, right? But there's a couple other things I'm going to end up needing. So let's go ahead and Ultra Ball the Mew in the path. We're going to sit on the Judge for now. We don't really want anything. Looking for Choice Belt and 2 Power Tablets. So we get 1 Power Tablet. That's pretty good. We'll play that one now. We will go ahead and Fusion Strike again. Oricorio. Not great. I'm trying to... I already used my V-Star power. Duh, I'm stupid. Anyway, doesn't really matter. We're just going to go ahead and cross Fusion Strike. And we're just going to hit as hard as we can for 220. He still doesn't have access to any abilities. He's still locked down. Puts another Arceus onto the bench. Okay. And that's all he can do, right? Oh, this is brutal. He retreats, actually, for the Duraladon. Cool. It does 90 damage here. And I can do 190 with this Mew in the back. Actually, we have Knockout right here. So let's go ahead and retreat for this Mew. Power Tablet. And then we're going to go ahead and cross Fusion Strike. Hit him for 220. Hard Coat does nothing because of our Aerodactyl in play. And we just love to see it. So now we don't have to worry about his VMAX at all. We have a Silene. I have 2 Power Tablets in here, right? I might just use Silene and pull out 2 Power Tablets. He's right now stuck with a dead hand. There's no way I'm going to judge. I'm not going to judge him out of that. No way. And I don't need to put Path to the Peak in play because he doesn't have abilities and I still have my abilities. So, also, another card we don't need right now. But all he needs is a oh no. All right, GG, well played. Well, trainers, that was the deck. As you can see, when it gets going, and it does not become fun for your opponent. It is not fun, but it's really good. It shuts down the meta decks, and I would highly recommend running this deck. Professor approval. Well, trainers, thank you for coming by the lab today. My name is Professor Howie, as always, and I hope you all enjoy your stay. If you don't mind, on your way out, could you wipe your feet on that red subscription button? It really does help out the channel. We are like 36 subscribers away from 2,000. So thank you all for the mind-blowing support. Thank you all for sharing me with your friends, for honestly getting my channel out there. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for everyone who's been showing up to the streams, and they've been recording these videos 10 times more fun, and I hope you've been enjoying them as well. So with all that done, thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate it, and I can't wait to see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.